Hello, 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 divinely ordained, ladylike servants of God. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Daughters of Hadassah. Today, let's just have a little chit chat about a virtuous woman, the feminine woman. Who can find a virtuous woman? The Bible, Proverbs 31, woman. The question is asked, who can find a virtuous woman? It's 2019 and we're about to go into 2020. The question is raised, who can find a virtuous woman? In this day and age, a virtuous feminine woman is hard to find. The Bible says that a virtuous woman, she takes care of her household. She takes care of her man. She makes sure that everything in her household is taken care of. Her children, they rise up and they call her blessed. When her husband is out, other people call her blessed and praise the husband for having such a blessed virtuous woman. The virtuous woman makes her own money, provides for her household. The feminine, virtuous woman, she is elegant. She is sweet. She has a nurturing quality about her that is irreplaceable. She is fearless and she is beautiful inside and out. Who can find a virtuous woman? Are you a virtuous woman? Do you take care of your household? Taking care of your household is not the only thing that defines you as a virtuous woman. Are you a beautiful, sweet, meek, calm, patient, loving, nurturing, wise woman who does not allow anything to just spew out of her mouth, who is always conscious of who she is, who she represents? Are you a virtuous woman? Who can find a virtuous woman? A virtuous woman, a feminine woman, is a rare woman. You don't find this type of woman everywhere. She's hard to find, and she's sometimes covered up by the company that she keeps. Association brings upon assimilation. Sometimes you can be a feminine woman in the bunch, but because you hang out with a bunch of raunchy women, you're hard to find. Who can find a virtuous woman, a feminine woman who speaks well, who's elegant, who knows how to dine, who knows how to conversate without having to use four-letter words, who's not just dressed up on the outside, but knows how to allow the beauty from within to shine. She's beautiful, not just on the outside, but at the core. Who can find a virtuous woman? As women of God, we ought all to be striving to be virtuous, feminine women of God. We reflect and radiate the light of Christ. And as feminine women, we should also reflect the light of beauty and grace and the light of Christ. We ought not to be like other women in the world. We ought not always be opinionated and have to get our point across. Unless you're in a business meeting or some type of in a business setting, your opinion is not always a requirement. Sometimes your opinion needs to be kept to yourself. Who can find a virtuous woman? A disciplined woman. Disciplined in the sense of being able to discipline herself. Keep your mouth shut when it needs to be shut. Not allowing anger to well up inside, that any words flow out of your mouth and you hurt the feelings of people. Words are something that you can never take back once they shoot out of your mouth. Discipline. Disciplined in your body. The way you take care of yourself on the inside and out. Disciplined in the way you take care of your girls. And you know what I mean by your girls. Your sweet pot spots. Your treasures. Your cookie. Disciplined in the way that we allow people to treat us. A virtuous woman is a very respected and respectful woman. She's feminine. She's sweet. She's loving. She's kind. She's caring. But she's not passive. And she also is not aggressive. She avoids conflict. And as long as somebody don't put their hands on you, there is no reason for you to ever be out of character. Who can find a virtuous woman? In the society that we live in, women are called every word from B-I-T-C to the H, to every gardening tool, and they respect and like being called that. And then when other people treat them like the words that they answer to, then you're offended. A virtuous, feminine woman does not allow anyone to call her anything of disrespect outside of her name. You may call her beautiful. You may call her sweet. You may call her elegant. But you will not call her the names that people call women, girls, today. Who can find a virtuous woman? That handsome, fine man, gentleman, king, warrior, high quality man, masculine man. He's looking for a virtuous woman, not someone who is a fake, a fraud, a phony. And when he gets to know her, he recognizes that she is not the package that she represents. Who can find a virtuous woman? We want a strong, good-looking, fine, well-dressed, high-quality man. But we don't want to be a virtuous, high-quality, feminine woman. A masculine man wants a feminine woman. I had this experience, and I wasn't offended at all. A gay young man. Eyebrows was shaped up. He was tall, stood straight up in feminine posture, had on about a size 12 or 13 shoe heel. But when I tell you, when that brother walked past me, I felt feminine presence all over him. And I have no heaven and no hell to put nobody in. And I bring up this point because a sister that was next to me, oh, she was highly offended. That's a D shame. This, that, and the other. But I know that she saw and felt the femininity, the confidence, the boldness. When I tell you he stood confidence and walked past with posture, strutted in femininity, well dressed, looked good, smelling good, feminine to the core. Women don't want to be feminine, but these young gay men are learning to turn femininity on like a light switch and walking in it, and don't care what you say or think about them. A feminine woman, a virtuous woman, ought to be bold. She ought to be confident. She ought to know her identity and stand in posture as a beautiful, strong, confident woman. Who can find a virtuous woman? Men, masculine men, are looking for feminine, virtuous women. You're not lost. God knows exactly where you are, my sister. Don't try to fit in with the crowd and do what everybody else is doing. Stay true to you. Stay true to your beauty. Stay prayed up. Trust God. And when you go out, let your dual light shine. The light of Christ shining through you, as well as your feminine light. What God has for you, it is for you. And as long as you're not pushing your blessing away, it will come to you. Who can find a virtuous woman? There are still good men looking for a virtuous woman. Be a virtuous woman. Don't be a virtuous woman to a man that has not paid the cost to be the boss. Don't be a virtuous woman to a man who's been stringing you on for years and still has not married you. If you're a sweet, good, virtuous, feminine woman, you deserve somebody who's going to keep you. The Proverbs 31 woman was a married woman. She was a kept woman. Her husband was a blessed man. She did what she did because she was virtuous, because she was feminine, because she was sweet. Don't allow men to use you and hold you and control you just because you're feminine, just because you're virtuous, just because you have morals and values and things of that nature that he knows that you're not going to cross the line and be with somebody else. Of course you're not. You're a virtuous woman, but you don't need your time to be wasted either. Who can find a virtuous woman? Are you available? Or does somebody else have you tied up that you can't find the kind of man, mate, blessing, gift that God has for you? Thank you for spending time with me today. Join me on Tuesday nights where I will go live and we can go into conversation together at 9 p.m. every Tuesday at 9 p.m. If you like what I'm speaking about, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And if you don't like it, hit the dislike button and leave me a comment. I look forward to spending time with you, growing with you, and seeing you. Have a blessed day, my sisters.